Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some more EVE Online, and in today's video I want to show you guys my new toy. It's a Damavik, and unfortunately for now I'm calling it a toy because I don't think I can use it for much more than being an anomaly cleaner. So I'll show this to you guys. The fit, I'll put it in the comments. I think I should be able to do that now when I export the fit to a separate file. And it's a fun little ship, but yeah, I think at the moment the way I would see it as being the strongest at would be to patrol the trade lanes and to go after those criminals that like to roam around in, let's first do this, that like to roam around in like interceptors and things like that. I think it's fast enough and it's got enough DPS to deal with those guys effectively. It's just too expensive right now to use it for that, I fear. And so I'm gonna use it now as an anomaly cleaner. So let's go after this refuge here first. You can now see the Disintegrator weapon. It's tech 2. I've got just 4 days to go until I have the skills to maximum, and it's pretty good. It's decent DPS, especially for a fast little frigate like this, but I don't think you can use it as an exploration ship or a combat exploration ship. For 3 and 4 out of 10s, I basically feel like you are going to run into the same problems as the Confessor, except this one's even worse. Only has 3 small drones. And then the Disintegrator also needs more time in order to ramp up to its optimal DPS. So yeah, it's got more evasion, but the HP, you know, 258 shields, 900 armor, and 625 structure. You don't want to get caught off guard with this ship, basically. So let's clean these guys out. You can obviously see that here in this refuge, it's no problem whatsoever. It is not cap stable. Also a disadvantage for something like a 3 or 4 out of 10, where you would need to keep going for a longer amount of time, where you've got many more targets doing damage to you. And we'll test it out in the Sancha then after this, because that should give us, that should give us a little bit more of a challenge and some more targets doing actual damage to the ship than here in the refuge. Still, it's a good first little test here. Going after the refuge, take an anchor point. I think that's gonna work the best, and make sure that everything is within 17 kilometers with mystic small ammo. That is your optimal. There's also really short range ammo called Occult, but that requires you to be in like 6 kilometers of the target or something like that. And there you go, cleaned up this refuge, no problems of course. And with just the Afterburner on, you are cap stable. It doesn't take that much cap. Let's quickly clean up the second one as well. Maybe hope for like an escalation or a true Sancha spawn, and then we'll go after the den, which will be a little tougher to break. The rest, drone gatherings, things like that, I don't think are even more challenging than a Sancha den. So that's what we're gonna do here. It looks absolutely amazing, of course. It definitely has its unique look, and I like it. I totally look forward to the cruiser, basically. I think that the cruiser is gonna be like an amazing, let's do this, an amazing exploration platform, but I still need a little bit more time to get those skills up to, well, I would say close to maximum. Let's go after that missile battery first. That has the best damage application, I think. So let's do that. We can have the Disintegrator. Blop, that one goes down. Let's take the sentry tower here next, and we should actually orbit this at 7,500 meters, I think, because that's going to be a bit more central. And the hits, when it's thermal and explosive, of course, very nice little change since the last patch, but this just makes it so much more intuitive. Very, very nice. And yeah, a unique combination, of course, explosive and thermal. Really good damage against Sancha, as you can see here. And so let's go after these small guys. Next up. And once you're at speed, 1100 meters a second, and that's not even at max speed, it's 1224, 1224 meters a second at max speed. Really good as well, maybe to hunt down those those blood raiders if they happen to come in your system, because you can also add a point to that pretty easily, and then you can grab all those guys. But yeah, we also saw that they can do quite a little bit of damage, so I'm not sure if I want to risk an expensive ship like that against those blood raider pirates. Still, we are up in a little bit of armor, so let's start ripping. They actually did enough damage to get me in armor. First time in a refuge, so that's because of the larger spawns. But yeah, they do die pretty quickly. Let's save a little bit of cap now. Let's see if we can take that manslayer out. We can. Alright, another wave. So let's go. But no true Sansha. No, no true Sansha here. Let's go like that. That one is down. I do like the weapon system myself. Just, you know, fire, stay in range. It's completely different from anything else in the game. It has that advantage of once you're in range, you're good to go. That missiles have as well. Although I think that it's not as good as missiles, as I've already experienced the problems with tracking Disruptor. And there we go. We actually have a Sansha's Command Relay Outpost, which we now find in the agency. So let's open that one up. Escalation. It's unfortunately nullsec, so there's no way I'm going to take this brand new toy out in nullsec for that. It jumps out. Maybe we'll try to run this at some point in something a bit cheaper and stealthy. But yeah, alright, an escalation happening. Unfortunately, it's not in highsec. Next up, we've got the Sansha Den. Just giving myself a little bit of time to grab a little bit more HP from the shields. But off we go, and that's where the real challenge is going to be, of course, because here we have cruisers that actually spawn. It's gonna be a good test for this little ship. So off we go. Not sure what the big drum at the back is. Maybe that's where we actually put the pod in. But let's go, and we definitely wanna afterburn. Let's do an orbit. Grab those guys, drop this, and attack. Well, we'll just focus on getting rid of those missile launchers first here, because they can be quite annoying. So that's the first one. Go, 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 kill it. There we go, that's down. Next one, I'll also use the drones on that, because you can tell that there is a bit of damage coming in. And now here is the problem, the tracking disruption. So we'll have to keep our speed. And then I don't think I'll be able to hit... Ooh, I can still hit these guys. Okay. Optimal range down to 12 kilometers from the tracking disruption. Ooh, we get more stuff here as well. Right, let's keep going. Let's take that missile battery out while we still can. And so this is it then. I think you can already feel that this is not that smooth, and that I am taking damage. I have to wrap up. I am at close to max speed. What the hell? Man, am I somehow taking out the triggers or something? Let's go after an enslaver here quickly. Yep, that one's taken out. Alright, let's go after next missile battery. I keep taking pretty big punches from all of these guys. And then at 15 kilometers we're no longer firing. Somehow I was still firing because the tracking disruption had stopped. Okay, gotcha. Ooh, and they're actually... Oh my god, I wasn't paying attention. One of my hobgoblins. Let's see if I can return all of them. Alright, he's safe. So we're gonna drop these two and then this one. Go after the next one. And there is a healer coming in here. I hope he leaves so that I can complete my tests. You are next. I'm amusing Shiza in the healer. He does leave. Thank you very much for that. That is very nice. I would say use the drones for targets that are further away. Then use the Disintegrator for targets like that one that seemed to be stuck on the building. And now is going to be also the time for me to try and save a little bit of cap, because as I've said, I am not cap stable in this fit. So we have to be a little more careful as well when it comes to the armor wrapping. At least these guys are now slowly going down. Hops are doing okay. Let's see if we can take that horror at 16 out. And yeah, just take that armor, that anchor point. Let's stop the wrapping for just a little bit. And yep, there we go. Ghosted out of range. The big disadvantage here is that you do end up from time to time ghosting out of range, and then your weapons are useless. And you have a much lower range than missile launchers, for instance, of course. But alright, the minion goes down, and you're not firing at a constant pace. So on the capacitor, I feel like it's still somewhat okay to almost continuously keep repping. That's the horror down, and we should have... It's a den, so we should see it, a cruiser spawn. But not on this one so far. Interesting. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, pretty good damage, very good damage application as well, of course. Let's see how we can tackle that slave hunter with only the disintegrator. That's his shields gone from a first shot. That's all. Oop, there we go. Blop, he's gone. So that is very nice. The damage application is very nice. And I do really think that in PvP, this ship can be very strong. And to my surprise, we don't have any cruisers coming in on this Sashaden. They were in the previous one, so it looks like I need to relearn my anomalies a little bit. But yeah, there you go, guys. That was the Damavik in action a little bit. It's a very nice little ship, I think, for a frigate, of course. Very powerful. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's just a little bit too expensive to risk it in PvP for me personally. And I'm gonna keep it like as a reserve in case of emergencies, or as an anomaly cleaner. But why would I run anomalies in the Damavik when I can, for instance, just take the other Jackdaw and do both these anomalies even more quickly and more efficiently, and have the option of doing my exploration out there. From the design perspective, it looks really, really cool, of course. And the next step from here is, of course, the cruiser. That's where I think we will find ourselves a new cruiser, a new interesting PvE cruiser. For now, I'm going to park this baby back home. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.